An SOS is a call for help, a sign that something has gone drastically wrong. Our planet is sending us an SOS right now. There's so much bad news about our planet, it can feel overwhelming. You might feel like you want to give up. But I want to show you a new way of looking at the problem. A simple solution, a way to heal our planet. A solution so simple and so obvious. Where is this solution? You're standing on it. We all know that climate change is caused by too much carbon in our atmosphere. But carbon isn't our enemy. It's the building blocks of life. Every living thing on this planet, on the ground, in the sea and in the air, is made from carbon. The problem is us. And the solution? It's a matter of balance. So, let us look at the 5 pools of where carbon is stored on our planet, which all started about 500 million years ago when plants first appeared on land. Carbon began to cycle in an amazing balance, a balance that allowed for life as we know it to evolve. Then, one life form, us, figured out how to extract carbon from the fossil pool and then burned it for energy, putting it into our atmosphere and disrupting that balance. We also started to cultivate the land, breaking nature's balance, moving even more carbon from the soil and biosphere into the atmosphere. Specifically, we have moved 880 gigatons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which is heating up our planet and destabilizing our climate. The oceans have absorbed a lot of this excess carbon, which is resulting in ocean acidification and accelerating a mass extinction of sea life. So, in order to save life as we know it, of course we have to stop releasing fossil carbon. The big question is, where do we put all this excess carbon in order to bring that cycle back into balance? Well, remember earlier when I said the solution was right under our feet? It literally is. It's the soil on which we're standing. Biosequestration is using plants, trees, and techniques of grazing and farming to capture carbon and store it in the soil. Plants with sunlight and water perform photosynthesis. They pull carbon in from the air and turn it into carbohydrates and sugars. They then pump some of these sugars down into their roots to feed microorganisms who use that carbon to build soil. We can fix a lot of our climate issues if we bring the CO2 down into a living plant and put it back in the soil where it belongs. Plants working with soil microorganisms. It all seems too simple, but this is the solution. Scientists have recently discovered that applying a thin layer of compost sets off an ongoing positive feedback loop that brings more and more carbon into the soil each year. Side by side with other regenerative practices like not tilling the soil, planting trees, cover crops, and planned grazing, we can build and retain gigatons of soil carbon. This is carbon farming. This is regenerative agriculture. And there is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Unlike more carbon in the atmosphere, more carbon in the ground is good for us. It makes for healthy soil, which is nutrient rich, full of life, and holds much more water. Every 1% of carbon in the soil will retain a further 22,000 gallons of water per acre, stopping it running off and causing the flooding we've come to expect from our degenerated soils. This means more nutritious food and crops. Crops that are more resilient in the face of drought and flood. And that's good news. It's good news for farmers, good news for families, good news for anyone that eats. Remember this, the way we grow our food, fibre and fuels either puts carbon up into the atmosphere or pulls it down into the ground. The regeneration of soil is the task of our generation. Our health, the health of our soils and the health of our planet are one and the same. Healthy soils lead to a healthy planet, healthy plants, healthy humans, healthy climate. Our planet is sending out an SOS. It's time we answered.